How's it going, everyone? I am back again, and today I'm going to be giving you a quick rundown of different things that I found in Forza Motorsport 7 that I feel are important for you to know when you're first beginning the game, and I think that this could be beneficial to you. So I'm going to start with the very first thing, my very first mistake when playing this game, if I can find it, was buying prize crates. Now you might be saying, a prize crate could come in handy because, as you see, for 330,000 credits, uh, you can only obtain gear that is in that prize crate. So the mummy driver gear is one gear. It also includes a car, driver gear, mods, and badges. Look over here for 355,000 credits. You see exclusive rewards. Super rare legendary driver gear guaranteed includes car, driver gear, mods, and badges. So unless you have progressed very far in the Forza game, I would say to save your credits right now to purchase cars because in order to level, there's technically two leveling systems in this game. The first one is your actual driver level, then your other leveling system is based on the cars you own. So it's I believe it's called collectors level, and you want the highest collectors level you can. So every time you level up in the game after a race, say you go from 21 to 22, if your collector's level is say level 10, you will get better rewards than if your collector's level was level 5. Well, I'm collector's level right 4 right now, and uh, buying these hurt me because I could not buy cars with the credits that I spent on these. So I could probably be collector's level 6 or 7 right now. With that being said, you may be saying, well, there's a mods crate, basic. Yeah, but mods do help you. So when you do start to run down on mods, you could probably buy the basic one, maybe the 50,000 credit one if you have a lot of credits, extra credits to spend. But I would definitely not recommend going for any of these up here unless you're at the end of the game, you have almost all the cars, you don't care about collector's level, and you just have credits to waste. That's about the only time that I would actually buy those. So moving on, uh, going with collector's level, you can see here car collection. So different tiers give you different cars. So when you're collector's tier 1, you can buy all these cars, and they're kind of the bottom of the line cars, and you basically have to start out with these first unless you obtain a better car from the specialty dealer. Collector's tier 2, there's some of the cars, and collector's tier 3 gets rare, tier 4 is super rare, and tier 5 is legendary. It only goes up to tier 5, so you only have to go to tier 5 to obtain these cars. Now, if you sell a car, your collector's tier will go down a little bit. So as you can see, it says I am tier progress 7,212 points towards 8,000. When I hit 8,000 points, I will go up a tier to tier level 5. But if I would sell a car, that would probably go down to say 7,000 out of 8,000 progress. It'd probably go down about 200. So that may not sound like a lot, but if you sell 4 and 5 cars, the more cars you sell consecutively, it actually makes it go down even more. So say I would sell 4 cars, it might make it go down 1,000 compared if I sold 1 car here, 1 car there. If I ended up selling 4 cars but not consecutively, it would not go down as much as if I sold them consecutively. So that's my take on the collector's tier. I think it's very interesting that they implemented it into this Forza. I kind of like it, just because I can see all the different cars and what tiers they are rated. And I don't know. It's just something new, something to get used to. I've played a lot of Forza since Forza Motorsport 4, and there's never been a collector's tier, but I find it kind of interesting, and I don't really think it takes away from the game that much. Now, when you go to race, say the Forza Drivers Cup, which is the main, this is a single player campaign. And I go here, and I go to the Domination Open, which is the race class, I guess you could say I'm at right now. this is my car I'm currently using. I could go and buy a car, and this is something else new that they've implemented into Forza is different classes. So they'll have different restrictions based on the race that you are entering. So say I wanted to enter a race with a Mazda MX-5, and I upgraded my Mazda MX-5 to have maximum horsepower. Well, the specifications on that race might only be you can only have 500 horsepower or 400 horsepower. So definitely do not upgrade your car until you know the different specifications of the certain race or cup that you're going to be doing. On that note, if you're more of a horsepower player, like you like a car with a lot of horsepower over handling, I would definitely upgrade most of your horsepower within staying within the limit, obviously. That could be achieved with buying a lower horsepower car, if that makes sense. So if your restrictions are, say, 600 horsepower, you can only have 600 horsepower, I would buy a 500 horsepower car because you'd have a better chance of upgrading it to the 600 horsepower than if you bought like a 580 horsepower car, because there's going to be less modifications you can do in order to make the car the 600, if that makes sense. So going to Specialty Dealer, can't talk today. As you can see, there are different cars in here. I'll actually probably end up buying this one. That looks snazzy. Different cars you can obtain. You cannot get them normally. So you can only go here. So this car I cannot buy normally at all. Probably end up buying this one too. They're both pretty snazzy, both of these. I don't really like that one. These, you can buy legendary and super rare cars and rare cars, even if you're not that tier, and you can still use them, and they'll still count towards your collector score. So that's kind of cool. I guess their theory on that is because you spent a lot of money, and they're in the Specialty Dealer, they'll only be around once in a while. They'll let you buy them. So I was a huge painter in Forza Horizon 3 and Forza Motorsport 6. So I'm kind of wondering myself what is going on. But as you can see, I have a lot of paint designs. A lot of paint designs. And I have them for a bunch of different cars. Well, it seems to me over the last few days, I've had these up for about 4 or 5 days, they have not been getting nearly as many downloads as when I created these on Forza Horizon 3. And I have a theory about this, and it could be totally wrong, but I'm going to say it anyway. This got about 1,000 or so downloads as soon as within a week of me creating it in Forza Horizon 3. It has 4 downloads, right as of right now, a week later. Okay, I think that is because the auction house is not online. Because I believe what you could do in Forza Horizon 3 is you could download someone's painting, like car painting, design, sorry, and you could apply it to the car, but it was new, I believe, for Forza Horizon 3. I'm not too sure about Forza Motorsport 6. You could still sell that car with that design on it. You didn't have to unlock it and do your own design. So you could use someone else's design that was a legendary painter, and your car would sell almost immediately because the design was really cool, obviously. When the auction house comes back online, why is this showing I have 2 notifications? I don't have 2 notifications. When the auction house comes back online, I believe that this will alleviate that problem a little bit. I think that people will start downloading the paint designs a lot more. Another thing on that is this game's only been out a month, so maybe not a lot of people have it yet. Maybe people will get it for Christmas. I'm not too sure. But if you're into painting and designing, unless you're really good, like I wouldn't consider myself really good. I just like doing contour lines and making the car look shiny and aesthetic, I guess. If you're really good and you can do like actual pictures on it, you probably will do really well. But like I said, This design right here, it doesn't look like much, but it's got contouring on it. This design right here doesn't look like much, it's got contouring on it. These rainbow cars, those are old on how to make. This Lamborghini, I know had 2,000 downloads in Forza Horizon 3. It has 0 right now. So I don't know if the other thing could be the tier implementation could be affecting this, because people might not be able to buy these expensive cars yet, because those are either tier 4 or tier 5 if I'm not mistaken. So people might not be up to that level yet. So that might be another reason. Also, going back to the My Garage thing, if you have different cars that you want to sell, go ahead and sell them, but just like I said before, please be careful about selling too many too fast and what have you. If you honestly, when you level up as well, I did the driver gear at first and I realized how big of a mistake that was. That was just a new mistake, so please do not follow in my footsteps. The most ideal thing to do, I believe, is to get the car when you level up, because you get it at a discount, but I'm pretty sure you can resell it for the normal price. So if you got that car for say 0 credits, but it normally is 80,000, you should be able to sell that car for 30 to 40,000. So you got that car for 0 credits and you just made 30,000. Now, depending on the tier you're in, the credits that you receive will be 50,000. Like I believe my level up credits right now are 50,000. So I might be saying, well, you'd be taking a 20,000 credit loss. Yes, I would be. However, sometimes the cars are worth 210,000 and I buy them for 80,000. So I would be taking a gain on that. I would buy the cars because it also helps your collector score. And one more thing about collector's tier is once you surpass your tier, so I'm tier 4 right now, I can sell all of my cars, all of them except for one, and I will still stay tier 4. Now, my progress to next tier will go below a tier 4 rating. Let me try and find it for you. But I will still be able to buy tier 4 cars, and I will still be rated as a tier 4. So once you get to legendary, this is the highest you can go, I would sell all your unwanted cars for credits. That's what I would do. And with that, you can now still stay at tier 5, but you can still buy tier 5 cars. However, you still have the credits back, and you don't have to worry about deranking in tiers, if that makes sense. So I was a tier 4 car collection rated, and when I think I sold about 10 cars and didn't realize it, and I was down to about a 3,000 score. Well, you have to be at least a 4,000, I'm pretty sure, to be a tier 4. So obviously I was still a tier 4. I could still buy tier 4 cars, and yeah. So here's that Aventador actually. See, you can only obtain it Prize Crates, Specialty Dealer, Forzathon, completing the Forza's Driver Cup, or completing showcases. It's only available through a few of those, so in this case, it would be the Specialty Dealer. So I have to go and either sell a car or what have you, be able to obtain that car. But I hope this guide helped you, and that's all from me. So have a good day.